Your Matsu Miners are on the road, but still on the grind. It's Matsu Miners Baseball, and it's next on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome into the Miners pregame show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Here's the voices of the Miners, Kevin Peel and Kyle Howard.
Several trends have gone the way of the Matsu Miners. There's 28 games this season. The Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks have been one team the Matsu Miners have had significant success over. With a 4-0 win over the Chinooks last night in Chugiak, the Miners improved to 11-2 against them and extended their NL division lead to 7.5 games. The road has been kind to the Miners as well, as they improved to 12-2 away from Herman Brothers Field last night. Maybe the most important trend to realize tonight is the fact that the Miners have yet to drop a contest at Mulcahy Field, holding a combined 6-0 record at the field, 4 of those wins coming against the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Anchorage, Alaska for tonight's doubleheader matchup between the Matsu Miners and the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Tonight, maybe the most pivotal game of the season for these two teams, and we will have those games for you in just a few moments, starting with the game number 1. Welcome to the pregame show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts as well. This is Kyle Howard alongside Kevin Peel. Thanks for tuning in tonight for another NL Division battle. Yesterday, the Matsu Miners got another outstanding pitching performance from left-hander Zach Warren. Warren worked 7 shutout innings to earn his 3rd win of the year. The Miners will turn to 2 Texas A&M Aggies to try to lead them to a series win over the Pilots tonight. In game number 1 is Brigham Hill. Kyle Simons will toe the rubber in game number 2. Kevin, what do the Hill and Simons need to do tonight to keep the Miners on track and lock up the season series over the Pilots with a sweep?
Well, when you look back at yesterday's performance and how they were able to do against Zach Warren was able to do against the Chinooks, you can take a lot from that. And one of the things that maybe they would need to make sure isn't happening is the base runners. Zach Warren did have to work himself out of a couple jams yesterday, but boy, oh boy, did he work himself out of those jams tremendously. A great effort for him. Simons and Hill have been 2 guys that have been pitching very well lately. They've really started to find their stride. They've been there all season playing good baseball and pitching well for this team, but continuing the trend is really the theme of the season for the Miners, especially with their pitching abilities, and that tonight is what they're going to want to do. One thing that you will notice in the interview that Kyle had with the skipper Ben Taylor today is that none of these pitchers want to be the guy that has the high ERA or the rough appearance. They want to be those guys that are in the top. And it's a friendly competition going on, but a good competition for this team to keep themselves going in the right direction. So when you look at it, keep the trend going, go out, pitch your game. These 2 will be all right tonight.
These 2 games have a lot at stake for both the Miners and the Pilots. The Miners enter the game with a 9-game lead over the Anchorage Glacier Pilots and holding a 5-3 lead on the series tonight. Again, those 2 wins will give them 7 wins, which would be enough to put them over the top if they were to sweep. If they split, the Miners would have at least a share of the title in this NL division should it come down to these 2 teams being at the top at the end of the year. 2 losses for the Miners, though, might be a little frustrating. It would drop them to even on the season series at 5-5 apiece. So, Kevin, how huge are these 2 games tonight?
They're very big for both these teams. This is a Pilots team that has done pretty well against the Miners when you look at it, but the way they've played against the rest of the league, not very good. They're 2-4 against the Chinooks. They haven't had the success that the Chinooks have had in playing the other ABL teams in conference play. So that means the Pilots have to dig themselves out of a bigger hole against the Miners. Forget the season series for a second. They just have to dig themselves out of that hole. When you look at the Miners, this is a team that is definitely not comfortable with its situation. Although they've been playing very well, they're 22-6, 20-6. This is not the type of team to settle. They're a team that's going to go out there, win as many games as they can to keep improving. They're going to throw their best stuff out there every night, and some days players are going to get some days off sometimes, and some players aren't. We're going to see a mix-up of the lineups today with both games being played and with the doubleheader. But when you look at it, both these teams know how big this series is, especially the Pilots, who are desperate for it. But the Miners, too, are very hungry for wins, and they're going to come out strong here tonight.
And you mentioned the lead not being comfortable for the Miners. Last night, the Miners were able to check off a box, a very special box that is in the clubhouse, with that being the box for sitting in first place 1 month into the season. Kevin, what do the Miners need to do to keep their division lead on track and continue their push toward the NL crown?
Well, I think when you look at things that they need to improve on, you say that maybe they need to patch up the being able to catch the base stealers. That's really been a problem that they've faced, pretty good stealing percentages against them. But you know that J.J. Hancock, Zach Plunkett, Matt DiOrio are all working, putting in the extra time to try and figure out a plan with the skipper, Ben Taylor, assistant coach Sean Winston, and the pitching coach, Matt Greeley, to try and get those better. But when you look at it, really right now, this is a team that the pitching just needs to keep riding the wave and going out and pitching its game. The hitting has really started to pick up recently. It was a struggle early in the season, but they were still able to win games even when they weren't driving in a ton of runs. Now their offense is starting to play better, and I think they are ready to continuously take those steps towards succeeding and trying to win this ABL crown here, Kyle.
That will take us to the first break of the pregame show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. When we come back, we'll have the pregame profile with Miners first baseman and outfielder Connor Wanhanen. We'll be right back with more of the pregame show in a moment, right here on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome to the pregame show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Joined by Matsu Miners outfielder and first baseman Connor Wanhanen. How are you doing, Connor?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic. Thank you. About set to start a doubleheader tonight.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is a big opportunity for us for sure.
And sweep tonight would give you guys the season series over the Pilots. How would that feel tonight if you ever get that done?
That's big. You know, that's one of the goals that the coach has wanted us to accomplish throughout the years is win every season series with every team. And to do that now at this point in the season would be huge for our team.
And winning is something you're familiar with at TCU. You are able to get to the College World Series or deep into the last and beat a couple Texas A&M guys, a couple of your teammates. What was that like to beat a couple of those guys then and now being teammates with those guys as well?
You know, I actually didn't know them at the time, so I knew that we were going to be on the same team, but personally didn't know them. But I mean, that was just a great series overall, two great teams, and it's too bad that one of us didn't get to go to the College World Series because both of them were very deserving. But the guys are awesome, and we always make jokes back and forth together, so it's a lot of fun.
And also on that team was your teammate Zach Plunkett, who you also knew before playing with that TCU with them. Talk about that, playing in high school against him.
Yeah, those were two of the most intense series I've ever been a part of. That's for sure. In the high school playoffs, junior year, you know, we were on a 21-game winning streak, all that stuff, and they come in. They had a losing record, I think, going into the playoffs, and they beat us. They got us that year, and then next year coming in, a senior year, okay, now it's not going to happen again, and they beat us the first game at home. We're like, oh no. And we ended up taking 2 out of 3 though, and then going on to the state championship. But yeah, I mean, Zach was a great competitor in high school. He still is now, and it's fun to kind of have those backgrounds with those guys. And
what was it like to get the call that you're coming out to Alaska this past year to hear that that's exactly what we're going to be playing this summer?
You know, it was kind of different, I guess to say. Like sort of, I kind of showed up at the field one day, and then we had our summer ball assignments, and mine was come here and play for the Miners. And I was like, all right, going to Alaska, that'll be pretty cool. But I mean, it's gorgeous out here. Absolutely loving it, having a great time.
How did you and Zach find out at the same time that you would be coming out here together?
Yeah, we did.
What was it like to be able to come out and play with a teammate out here as well? And now another team out here with the Miners?
No, I think it's a big help, for sure. I mean, it would have been fine if it was just me, if it was just him, but to kind of have that guy that we've been with all year, it's been make transition, I guess, a little bit easier.
And you're from Flower Mound, Texas. Talk about life there growing up and how it helped shape you into who you are now.
Oh, Flower Mound was a great place to grow up. The competition baseball wise was just phenomenal from the time I was 5 to the time I was 18 and a senior in high school. It's a great place to live and go to school too as well. Not just baseball, but the education there is great. And some of my best friends obviously are from Flower Mound, and we still keep in touch and all that. So it's a great place.
And at TCU, coming after growing up in Flower Mound, you go on to TCU, you win the Big 12 Freshman of the Year. How does it feel to have that honor under your belt now?
Oh, it's very humbling. It was so much fun to just play on that team with that group of guys, especially because most of them were older and a lot of seniors on that team. And just to get to learn from them and get to play with them was such a great experience for me as a student of the game and as a player. Just kind of taking the things that they do and trying to emulate that the best I could is what I was trying to do.
So what are you studying at TCU? What's your major, and do you have a minor with that as well?
My major is business. I haven't decided as far as which field in business I want to go. Probably accounting or finance. Haven't decided yet. And as far as minor goes, I kind of finished all the basic classes this past year and starting the specifics this year. So we'll see where that takes me to.
Fantastic, yeah. And assuming with the baseball talent you have now, are you wanting to go to play in the major league someday? Is that one of your goals?
Oh, I'd love to. I think we're all kind of here for that same reason for sure. But if that works out, that'd be a dream come true. But if not, like you're talking about, Flower Mound's kind of prepared me for life after baseball too.
And if you could pick any team in the major leagues, what team would that be? As far as your favorite team goes, if you could pick one spot to play, where would it be?
I gotta stay hometown in Texas Rangers. Playing in Arlington, that was just a dream of mine. I've actually gotten to play one game on that field in high school. And
how was that?
Awesome. 2 of my best strikeouts ever.
But a strikeout in Arlington.
Yeah. It was a surreal experience. I was a sophomore in high school. That was just so much fun, and hopefully things will progress and we can get back there again just in a bigger setting this time.
And off the field, you got to have some kind of thing like outside of baseball. What do you like to do on your free time, if you have any free time?
College there's not much free time, but before this year, I used to golf all the time. And one of my best buddies plays for the Chinooks, and we would always go golf together all the time. And so I like to do that. I just like to be outside, being active.
You said one of your best buddies with the Chinooks. Who is that?
Travis Stone. He's one of their relief pitchers.
Did you know him from high school?
Yeah, we were. He was in our district, and so we would play each other 3-4 times a year, and then we played summer ball together since we were 12, too, on the same team. So we go back a while.
Sure. And last question for you. Sometimes some people have superstitions for baseball. Do you have any superstitions?
Oh, so many. I wouldn't say it's one like I put a quarter in my sock or anything like that. But it's if things are going right, I try and do the same thing day in, day out. Same routine. And obviously, if on the flip side of that, if things are going wrong, I got to switch something up. I got to change batting gloves and stuff like that. I'm trying on a new pair of batting gloves today, so we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, now you know a little bit more about Connor Wanhanen as he looks out to go sweep a doubleheader tonight over the Pilots. Good luck to you guys tonight as well. If you look to do that. And you won the season series over the Pilots. Thanks for joining us today, Connor. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We'll be back on the mall with more of the pregame show brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. It's the Miners and the Pilots in just a few moments. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball, the Matsu Miners Radio Network. It's a playoff atmosphere here in Anchorage this evening as the Anchorage Glacier Pilots have a do-or-die situation. The Matsu Miners coming in here trying to sweep the season series. It's a doubleheader tonight to get the season series, that is, won their 7th game over the Glacier Pilots this year, which would give them that season series, and the tiebreaker should have come down there. Obviously, a lot of time left in the season, but a lot of fans here tonight cheering on the Glacier Pilots, trying to get them back on track. A sweep of the Miners would be a bad situation for the Miners to make it an even 5-5 on the season series, but a sweep for the Miners would do it all but do it in the season series. But let's go ahead and give you the starting lineup. Starting first for the Matsu Miners in center field and leading off, Brick Paskowitz. Batting second and shortstop, Tyler Wolf. Batting third and in left field, Vance Vizcaino. Cleanup tonight, and then DH, Matt DiOrio. Niles Nygaard plays third base. He bats fifth. Tanner Nishioka at first base, bats sixth. J.J. Hancock will be behind the plate and bats seventh. Batting eighth and playing second base, Jake Schleppenbach. And batting ninth and playing right field, Chris Hall. Now defensively for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots, across the outfield right to left, and right field Joe Maroney. Luke Hamblin out in center field. Jack Anderson out in left. And across the infield, Jack Lebowski at first, Carson Kreitz at second, Kyle Watson at shortstop, Alberto Carrillo at third, and Gunnar Troutwine catching Matt Dennis to complete the battery tonight. Matt Dennis, the 6'2", 210-pound righty from Bradley University, delivers a first pitch strike in there to Brick Paskowitz. Dennis 1-2 on the year with a 2.51 earned run average in 5 games. All 5 of those starts, working 28 2/3 innings, striking out 22 and walking 6. This one grounded down the first base line foul. 0-2 now to Brick Paskowitz. The righty having a good year, trying to continue that tonight to get the Pilots back on track. The lefty Paskowitz awaits the 0-2. Here's a pitch. Chopped off his leg, foul. Down near the Pilots dugout. 0-2 again to him. Brick looking for another base hit, which would be his 31st of the season. And even 366 clip with a double, 3 triples, and 9 RBIs. He chops this one on the first base line. It's going to roll foul. Maybe at Herman Brothers Field that would have stayed fair, but with the turf here in Mulcahy Field, that ball's going to roll foul seemingly every time. But an 0-2 count again to Brick Paskowitz, the leadoff hitter, the center fielder. Here's the wind and the 0-2. Fastball runs inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to him. Paskowitz going to dig back in. Dennis looks in for the sign. He winds and delivers the 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball backdoored him. Down swinging goes Brick Paskowitz to start the game. 1 man gone here in the top of the first inning. That'll bring up Tyler Wolf.
Well, Brick Paskowitz gave him quite a bit of a battle in that at bat. Dennis was thrown 4 strikes, only 1 ball going into that last pitch, but got Paskowitz on a nice fastball there, low and away to strike him out. 1 gone here in the top of the first.
Tyler Wolf stands in now. Takes a first pitch fastball on the outside edge for a called strike. Wolf at a 224 clip. 3 doubles and 8 knocked in this year. 3 hits yesterday and a good day in the Miners' 4-0 win over the Chinooks. Changeup missing inside now. 1 ball, 1 strike to the shortstop. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball gets the outside edge of the knees for a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Dennis, the righty from Arlington Heights, ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch to Wolf. Ground line drive hit right at the second baseman. The ball's they're gonna say he makes the catch on the infield grass there. Look for a second like they're going to say Kreitz did not catch the ball. He started pumping toward he's going to throw toward first base Jack Lebowski, but they said he made the catch to his first base umpire James Ainsworth. He is at the base of tonight is Ainsworth, and behind the plate Jim Leiser. But now 2 outs for Vance Vizcaino. Line drive to left. That's going to fall in the corner. He's going to take a big round around first base, take a stop there, though. Head back to first base with the leadoff single. The ball gets by the second base, the shortstop, and now on to second base. He tries to advance. Kreitz gets the throw from the first base on Lebowski, and Vance Vizcaino caught in a pickle there to end the inning. They throw over to second base as the ball slips past the cutoff man, but Lebowski gathers it and fires over to second base to get the out. So a 2-out base hit by Vance Vizcaino. The inning is left at that point as he's cut off at second base. We move to the bottom of the first inning. No score here in Anchorage. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. We head to the bottom of the first here in Mulcahy Field. No score as the Pilots are about to set the bat. We'll go ahead and give you their starting lineups. Starting at first and playing center field, Luke Hamblin. Batting second and playing right field, Joe Maroney. Batting third and playing left field, Jack Anderson. At third base, batting cleanup, Alberto Carrillo. Jack Lebowski bats fifth and plays first base. Gunnar Troutwine will bat sixth and play catcher. Joe Wainhouse will DH tonight. He'll bat seventh tonight. Kyle Watson will play shortstop and bat eighth. And batting ninth and on second base tonight is Carson Kreitz. We're going to give you the defensive alignment for the Matsu Miners now across the outfield from right to left. Chris Hall out in right. Brick Paskowitz in center. Vance Vizcaino out in left. Across the infield, Tanner Nishioka at first. Jake Schleppenbach at second. At shortstop, Tyler Wolf. Niles Nygaard getting a start at third base tonight. And rounding out the battery, at catcher J.J. Hancock, who will be catching Brigham Hill, the right-hander from Texas A&M tonight. Brigham, 1-1 on the year with a 2.04 earned run average. 5 games, 3 of those starts, working 22 innings this season, striking out 21 while walking 11 and allowing 12 base hits this season. And he'll begin his outing tonight against the center fielder Luke Hamblin. Hamblin batting from the left side, looking to get things started. He digs in now as Brigham Hill comes set. Here's the wind, the delivery. Fastball missing away. 1-0 on Brigham Hill. Or 1-0 on Hamblin, excuse me, from Brigham Hill. Hill comes set, ready with the 1-0 to Hamblin. Fastball up and away, misses 2 balls and no strikes. Hamblin, a .333 hitter this year, 2 doubles, 2 triples, 5 knocked in. Also has walked 16 times. A good leadoff hitter in that category. Here's a 2-0. Fastball at the knees for a called strike. 2-1 to him now. The righty Hill against the lefty Luke Hamblin. The outfield and infield going to play straight away here to start the game. Here's the wind, the 2-1. Ground ball off the mitt of Hill, and that's over to the second baseman on a bounce to Jake Schleppenbach, who flips in time for the out. Officially scored that a 1-4-3 putout. So now with one man gone, it'll be Joe Maroney. Maroney playing out in right field tonight. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball runs inside and gets Maroney on the back. It's a hit batsman with one man out here in the game. On to first base will be Maroney now.
Yeah, Maroney really taking one for the team there. A fastball that just slipped, it seemed, out of the hand of Brigham Hill. It hit him hard, and Brigham's a guy that really does bring the heat in each fastball that he throws. But good job shaking it off from Maroney. He'll take his base. And the Pilots get a runner on here in the bottom of the first.
So 1-out base runner as Brigham Hill will work from the stretch for the first time of the night. And he'll battle against Jack Anderson, the left fielder. First pitch, a fastball that misses way outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Anderson hitting .298 on the season. He has 3 doubles and 4 knocked in. Infield of double play depth, 1 out here in the inning. Here's a pitch, short lead at first base, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 man out. Here at the top or the bottom half of the first inning, make that. The Miners getting a base hit, but he was cut off at second base. Was Vance Vizcaíno to end the top of the first inning. Now a base runner and a hit batsman for the Pilots here. He stands on first base as Brigham Hill will step off to check him. Hill comes set, looks at back to runner at first base and Maroney. Maroney goes at first. The pitch is a pitch out here. The throw down to second base. Diving in safely is Maroney. A stolen base for him. For Maroney, that's stolen base number 6 of the year in 7 attempts. Now a runner in scoring position with just 1 man out. The infield will have to move back to normal depth.
Miners had the right idea there that time with the pitch out, but Joe Maroney had an excellent jump and was able to get into second base. Throw was well on line by Hancock.
Here's a pitch. Fastball outside. 3-1 now to Jack Anderson. He's in danger of putting the second and third hitters in the order on base. Hit batsman to Maroney. He stole second. And now a 3-1 count on Jack Anderson. Ready with the 3-1. Now he's going to step off. Maroney goes back to second base. He's standing there in scoring position with just 1 man out here in the bottom of the first inning. No score here at Mulcahy Field in Anchorage. Here's a pitch. Fastball gets the outer edge, called strike. Evens it, or makes it a full count now. Make that 3-2. 1 man gone here in the inning. Outfield and infield playing straight away with Maroney standing on second. Hill from the stretch. Looks back. Maroney at second. Now he comes home. Pop foul back and out of play. 3-2 again. A foul ball or home run does damage to your car. Visit the folks, the Valley's locally owned or operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. Brigham Hill ready with a payoff pitch now. A runner on second base. 1 man out here in the inning. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball. Down swinging goes Jack Anderson. Strikeout number 1 of the night for Brigham Hill. And a big strikeout for Hill as he gets the second out of the inning. And now just a batter away from retiring the side here and leaving Maroney stranded on base.
That was a big strikeout there for Brigham Hill. Fell behind early in the count and was kind of struggling to throw strikes. But after the mound visit, he really straightened himself out and was able to throw some good pitches in there to Jack Anderson. He fouled off a couple, was battling, but still able to strike him out.
Fastball with the letters for a called strike, and the first pitch to Alberto Carrillo. Carrillo, the cleanup hitter, hitting .234 with 3 doubles and a 1 homer and 6 knocked in. That 1 home run was a walk-off job. Here's the 0-1. Fastball missing away from Hill. 1-1, the count to Carrillo. Brigham Hill trying to get out of the inning here after allowing the second batter of the game to reach on a hit batsman. Maroney would steal second base, but he's standing there right now with 2 men out. Stepping off and faking a throw over to second base is Hill. Back safely goes Maroney. So outfield, infield going to play straight away against Carrillo, the right-handed hitter against the righty Brigham Hill. Hill comes set with a 1-1. Here's a pitch. Line drive hit back into right center field, getting chased toward the gap and making a running catch in the right center field gap is Brick Paskowitz to end the inning. Alberto Carrillo gives us one of the ride to the deep right center field gap, but Brick Paskowitz has a lot of wheels out in center field, and he makes the catch. We head to the top of the second. Still no score here in Anchorage. So Matsu Miners are coming to bat and trying to put their first run on the board. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Summer is a perfect opportunity to work on your golf game. The Palmer Golf Course is located right in the heart of Palmer, just about 2 miles from Herman Brothers Field. Call 907-745-4653 for more information. Matt DiOrio will lead things off for the Miners here in the top of the second inning. No score here in Anchorage. Miners trying to plate their first run of the ball game, and the DH will step up. And the delivery is a fastball that runs just inside, 1-0 on the left-handed hitting DiOrio. Here's the wind and the 1-0. Line drive, hit at a diving Carson Kreitz, who makes the catch toward the second base back and the short right field grass there. One man gone here in the inning.
Miners have now lined 2 in the vicinity of Carson Kreitz, and both had to be well-defensed plays, and they were from Carson Kreitz, a guy that made an error the last time these two teams played, but coming out and making 2 nice catches to rob hits early on in this one.
Time a curveball gets away. 1-0 count on Niles Nygaard, but yes, what a play by Carson Kreitz to rob a base hit. Kreitz making a couple nice plays defensively. Here's a pitch. A fastball upstairs misses on Niles Nygaard. Niles, a .253 hitter this season, 7 doubles, a triple, and 5 knocked in. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball at the letters for a called strike. 2-1 the count. Towing the rubber again is Matt Dennis looking in. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third base side, and it's going to go just foul of Carrillo's reach. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Dennis going to set back up, and against the righty, Niles Nygaard, the third baseman. Here's a pitch. Fastball just missing away. It'll be a full count now on Niles Nygaard. Outfield and infield playing straight away. Hamblin slightly toward the right center field gap, but just slightly. Not too far out there. Here's a payoff pitch. Popped up to the right side, giving chase, and foul ground is Loboski, and not going to be able to find the room. So the ball goes out of play with the fans out there. Again, a nice crowd on hand tonight, rooting for the Pilots to try to even the series against the Miners tonight. Matt Dennis ready with the payoff pitch now. Here's the 3-2. Popped up down the first base line, and again going foul from Niles Nygaard. So again, we'll go full against Niles Nygaard, trying to get a base hit to start things here with 1 man out in the inning.
And he is working quite the battle against Pilots pitcher Matt Dennis. 9th pitch of the at-bat here, Kyle.
The pitch. Popped up on the infield. Loboski giving chase down the first base line again, and this one gets out of play. 3 consecutive pitches hitting about the same location by Nygaard. So now it will go full again. Niles Nygaard working the pitcher Matt Dennis early.
Dennis, a guy that's come out and thrown a lot of strikes. Right now, Niles Nygaard hasn't quite seen the pitch that he wants to hit. He's fighting it off and waiting for that pitch.
Payoff pitch is a swing and a miss and a changeup this time. Down swinging goes Niles Nygaard. So after a long at-bat against Nygaard, Matt Dennis gets the strikeout. His second of the night. And now 2 men gone here in the top of the second inning for Tanner Nishioka.
It can get very frustrating for a pitcher when you have a hitter up there like Nygaard fouling off so many pitches and doing a great job. But great perseverance there by Matt Dennis and able to get the strikeout of Nygaard, his second of the day.
First pitch of Nishioka, curveball that misses away. Tanner leading the team in batting average with a .409 batting average, 5 doubles and 3 triples on the year. Fastball at the knees, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Also 9 runs batted in the year for him. 2 of those 3 triples coming yesterday in the 4-0 win over the Chinooks. Tanner was locked in at the plate yesterday with 3 hits as he swings and misses at this changeup way out in front of that one. 1-2 the count. 2 men out here in the top of the second inning. No score here in Anchorage. So righty Dennis facing the righty Nishioka. Nishioka fouls this one back to the screen now. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Or 1 ball, 2 strikes, excuse me. The wind and the 1-2. Fastball away, misses. 2-2 the count. Now Hamblin going to move slightly back toward his normal position in center field and backs up slightly. Dennis delivers a 2-2 now. Swing and a miss on a curveball. Got him swinging. Nishioka strikes out to end the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts swinging for the Miners. That sets the side down in order. Matt Dennis looking sharp the first 2 innings in this one. As we head to the bottom of the second inning. No score here in Anchorage. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Did you know that 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by human error? The Matsu Miners have joined the movement to spread the public's awareness to these dangerous natural disasters. Whatever your reason for lighting a fire is, always do so responsibly. For questions on burning in the Matsu area, or to learn how to acquire a burn permit, call 907-761-6338 or visit www.forestry.alaska.gov. Because as Smokey Bear would say, only you can prevent a wildfire. Jack Loboski set to lead things off here in inning number 2. Loboski, the first baseman, batting in the 5 spot. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order here in the bottom half of the second inning. The righty Hill will deliver the first pitch. It's a fastball that runs inside. 1-0 to Jack Loboski. Jack, a 182 hitter on the season with 3 knocked in. Here's a pitch. Fastball gets the outer edge this time. Brigham Hill pumping gas today, throwing very hard early on. 1-1 count now on Loboski. Hill shakes up a couple signs now. Now he finds what he wants. Time is called by Loboski just as that happens. For a second, we had sunny skies here, but the clouds evaded it. The pitch is in there and a swing and a miss by Jack Loboski. 1-2 now to him. We had rain earlier on, but the clouds moved in over the sun. It opened up for a second, now back with cloudy skies again. The 1-2 is a curveball that misses outside. 2-2 now to Jack Loboski. Jack trying to start the inning off with a base hit. Here's the 2-2. Fly out back behind the first base side, and that's out of play. A foul ball or home run does damage to your car. Visit the folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. Brigham Hill ready now with a 2-2. He winds and delivers home. Ground ball up the middle. Tyler Wolf fields it behind the second base bag, flips and throws across the infield for the out. Nice adjustment by Wolf to move back behind the bag on a slow roller hit behind the bag. He fires in time for the out. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the second inning.
And the rain that has been coming down recently, there's been rain in Anchorage before today's game, not really so much in Palmer, but we're going to see what effect that rain has on the field, if it will make the ground balls easier or harder for these infielders today.
First pitch, a curveball and misses inside. 1-0 now to Gunnar Troutwine, a 203 hitter with a double and 3 knocked in. The righty Troutwine facing the righty Hill. Here's a pitch. Fastball at the knees, gets it this time, 1-1. Tyler Wolf playing slightly toward the second base bag out in short left field, playing back here. Both Nishioka and Schleppenbach playing back on the right side as well. This one laced into right field, backing up toward the right field line now, and making a running catch is Chris Hall. The ball looked like it might be hit right at him for a second, started tailing away toward the right field line. Chris Hall able to catch the ball and flail around as he's running to get to that one there.
That was a really tough play for Chris Hall, and I think it was made harder by the wind blowing out more towards that right field corner today. Really made it difficult, pushed it over towards that line on him, and he had to adjust himself and kind of leap to make the catch.
First pitch, a fastball at the knees for a called strike. This to Joe Wainhouse, the DH. Here's the 0-1 now. Fastball gets the knees again, the outer edge. A nice pitch by Brigham Hill. 0-2 on Wainhouse. Joe is a .216 hitter on the year. 2 doubles and 1 knocked in this year. Here's the 0-2. Fastball misses away. 1 ball, 2 strikes now from Brigham Hill. Brigham trying to make a 1-2-3 inning of the second inning. The wind and the 1-2. Chop foul back to the screen. Count will be 1-2 now. Rick Pascal is going to move slightly toward the center field gap here now. Everyone else straight away with 2 outs here in the inning. No score here in Anchorage as Brigham Hill delivers the 1-2. It's a fastball that misses way outside. 2-2 the count now. Wainhouse trying to get a 2-out base hit to keep the inning alive. Here's the 2-2. Fastball up and away. 3 balls, 2 strike count coming from Brigham. Just 1 base runner allowed to this point. That was a hit batsman back in the first inning. That was to Joe Maroney. He would advance to second base with a stolen base. Here's a payoff pitch now. Line drive hit to left field, coming over a few steps toward center field and making the catch is the left fielder Vance Vizcaino. And that does things. A 1-2-3 turn by Brigham Hill to end the inning. We head to the top of the third. Still no score here in Anchorage. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. J.J. Hancock set to lead things off in the top of the third inning here in Anchorage from Mulcahy Field for a matchup between the Matsu Miners and the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. This is game number 1 of a doubleheader. Second one later on this evening after this one completes. First pitch, a fastball misses away. 1 ball, no strikes to J.J. J.J., a 172 hitter on the year. Really starting to turn the corner, though, with 4 runs batted in, a deep fly to right field and a sacrifice fly yesterday. Swing and a miss on a changeup here. 1 ball, 1 strike to him, but J.J. really starting to turn a corner, seeming to put the ball in play every single at-bat, just right at somebody. Here's the 1-1. Fly ball hit to left field. Carrillo and also the left fielder and Jack Anderson giving chase. That one's out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. So now J.J. Hancock will tap the plate and await the 1-2 from the righty Matt Dennis. Dennis delivers the plate. Fastball misses low the knees. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes on the catcher. This game will be a shortened 7-inning game, as will be the second one. We're no score in the top of the third here. Here's a pitch. Fastball way upstairs, misses. 3-2 the count now to J.J. Hancock. Trying to get aboard to start the inning and maybe start a rally for the Miners. Center fielder Hamblin pushed toward the right center field gap. Here's a 3-2. Popped up down the third base side. Carrillo giving chase and foul ground. He's got room and makes the catch. So the payoff pitch fouled down the third base line. Carrillo coming over to make the catch near the Miners' dugout. One man out here in the top of the third.
And really, I think that plate appearance, not a good result for how good of an at-bat it was for J.J. Hancock. Just got under that one a little bit, but he really battled in that at-bat. Matt Dennis came back with a good pitch, kind of handcuffed him there, forced him to pop out.
Jake Schleppenbach takes the first pitch changeup in there for a called strike. 0-1. Making quick work is Dennis. He delivers the 0-1 now. It's a fastball missing away. 1-1 now. Jake this year looking for hit number 12 this year, has a 180 batting average, has 7 runs knocked in. Also has a walk-off hit this year. Fastball misses low. 2-1 now the count to the second baseman. Jake hitting in the 8th spot in the order tonight. The lefty Schleppenbach waiting on the righty Matt Dennis and the 2-1 pitch. Here it is. Fastball skips inside off the plate. Makes the count 3 balls and 1 strike to Schleppenbach. Carrillo in on the grass at third base, but everyone else in the infield back near the outfield grass. Here's the pitch. Fly ball hit to left field, coming in shallow left field, now making a heavy run toward the line and making the catch and foul grounds the left fielder, Jack Anderson. Out number 2 in the inning. The wind really pulled that one away. It looked like a lazy fly to left field that kept carrying toward foul ground. Jack Anderson had to make a long run to get to that one. But a catch made in foul ground for out number 2. That'll bring up Chris Hall with 2 outs.
Wind toying with another outfielder, and Jack Anderson, as that wind was moving the ball around, and he did make the play, though, long run.
First pitch to Chris Hall is slapped out on the third base line. 0-1 to Hall. Hall, a .321 hitter this year. 2 triples and 7 knocked in. So he awaits the 0-1. Fastball away, misses 1-1 to him now. Outfield and infield straight away for the lefty Chris Hall. Facing the righty Matt Dennis. Dennis winds and delivers the 1-1. This time a changeup misses high. 2-1 the count to Chris Hall. Coming set now is Dennis. He winds and delivers from the windup, and the fastball missing in. 3-1 the count now to Chris Hall. Trying to get aboard any way he can to continue this inning for the Miners. Here's the pitch. Slap fouled on the left field line, but hit very well off the bat of Hall. We'll go full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 men out here in the inning. No one on base. Chris Hall trying to get aboard. Matt Dennis trying to get another 1-2-3 inning. Here's the payoff pitch. Foul back to the screen. Chris Hall stays alive in the at-bat. 3-2 will go again. So Hall digs back in, taps the plate. Ready now with the 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Fly ball hit back into deep right field. Giving chase out in right field, Joe Maroney. And on his horse, sliding and can't get to it. And foul ground is Maroney. The ball looked like it might have a chance to get out of here. The ball started tailing with the wind, though. Chris Hall all the way at second base by the time he got to it. Maroney dove for it near the corner there, but couldn't get to it. Just a long strike. A scary strike for Matt Dennis. Delivered a long way to deep right field, but it just counts as a strike in the book.
I mean, that's a ball that is hit, not really on a foul path, that the wind literally just carried with it and into foul ground. Good run there by the right fielder, not able to get
Payoff
to
pitch is lined back up to the middle for a base hit. Nearly took off the hat of the pitcher, Matt Dennis. So a 2-out base hit after a rocket in the right field corner for a foul ball off the bat of Hall, the pitch before that. Chris Hall has himself a base hit as we head to the top of the order now, and Brick Paskowitz.
That was another great at-bat by a minor hitter, battling Matt Dennis, who's thrown a lot of strikes so far in this game, but able to pay off and get a hit.
First pitch to Paskowitz is flied out to right field. Now moving toward the right center field gap is a center fielder Hamblin in short right field, makes the catch, and that will end the inning. Chris Hall gets a 2-out base hit up the middle, but is left stranded on first. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Still no score here in Anchorage. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball, the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Anchorage here as we enter the bottom of the third inning for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots heading out now. Leading things off will be the number 8 hitter, Kyle Watson. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 in the batting order for the Pilots here in the bottom of the third inning. Brigham Hill will head back out to the rubber for his third inning of work. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. 1-0 now to Kyle Watson. Here's the pitch to Watson. This time a curveball gets the inner edge, evens the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Watson, a 173 hitter this year with a triple and 2 knocked in. Here's a 1-1. Fastball missing away. 2-1 make that. Kevin, the sky's looking pretty good here tonight. It looks like we might stay off some rain. After some rain are on the way here, including the trip driving here. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 2-2 now the count to Kyle Watson. So outfield and infield both playing straight away against the right-handed hitting shortstop. Hill going to pause for a moment. Now regains himself. He's ready with the 2-2. He'll wind and deliver now. Fastball away misses now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the leadoff hitting Kyle Watson. Coming set with the now is Hill. The wind and the payoff pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Down swinging goes Kyle Watson. Strikeout number 2 of the evening for Brigham Hill. He's been cruising so far in the evening, has Brigham Hill. Now 1 out here in the inning. Karsten Kreitz will bat. Here is the number 9 hitter in the order, the second baseman tonight. He rounds out the batting order for the guys who have not seen Brigham Hill so far tonight. Fastball misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. Kreitz, a 246 hitter, 3 doubles, 1 triple, and 4 runs batted in. Also has 9 stolen bases on the base paths. So he fouls this one away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hill, the righty from Nacogdoches, Texas, winds and delivers the 1-1. Chopper on a couple bounces to the shortstop, Tyler Wolf. He fields it near the second base bag, fires across the infield, gets the runner out. Karsten Kreitz retired. 2 men gone for Brigham Hill here in the bottom half of the third inning. Really, things looking pretty easy for Brigham Hill to this point. Just allowed the one base runner on a hit batsman back in the first inning. That was Joe Maroney. But so far has retired the side ever since then. First pitch, a fastball away to Luke Hamblin. Hamblin ground to the second baseman off the glove of the pitcher Brigham Hill back in the first inning. Fastball in there at the knees for a called strike away. 1-1 strike now to Luke Hamblin, the center fielder. Figures to be a shoo-in for the All-Star game here in the same park at the end of the week. Swing and a miss on a changeup now. Brigham Hill got him way out in front. That's what happens when you throw a 93-mile-an-hour fastball in most situations. You come back with the changeup, they catch you out on your front foot. So now it'll be a 1-2 count on Luke Hamblin. Here it is. Chopped in front of the plate. Giving charge is Hancock out near the mound, throwing across the infield. It's in the right field. It gets past Tanner Nishioka. Rounding first and heading back to the bag now is Hamblin. It would be a tough play for Hancock. We'll see how they score that, if it'll be a hit or an error. Still waiting on the official rolling, but regardless, Luke Hamblin aboard safely here in the inning. They do give him a base hit, as it was a tough play for Hamblin with a lot of speed out there. Has 10 stolen bases on the year. They give him the base hit. That's the first hit allowed by Brigham Hill tonight. The time is called here for some unknown reason here, as Ben Taylor is going to be asking for some clarification with home plate umpire Jim Leiser. He gets it now. Head back to the dugout. Not sure what he wanted clarified, but he does head back to the dugout. Got whatever he wanted cleared up. So now a runner on first base and Hamblin with a lot of speed. Being held on by Nishioka. One runner on here. First base hit of the night. The throw over back safely is Hamblin now. Second base runner of the night for the Pilots. First one, Joe Maroney left stranded at second base back in the first. So Brigham Hill pitching from the stretch for just the second time. The runner goes at first. Pitch outside for a ball. The throw down to second base and out at second base. A nice throw by J.J. Hancock. Nipped at second base for the out here and caught stealing for the sixth time of the season is Luke Hamblin. And that's how things will end here in the third inning. Move to the top of the fourth inning. Still no score here in Anchorage. You listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. The Miners spend their mornings lifting, running, and staying in shape by visiting the Alaska Club. Visit them in Anchorage, Eagle River, Fairbanks, Juneau, and the Matsu Valley. Visit www.thealaskaclub.com. Move to the top of the fourth inning as Tyler Wolf bats for the second time tonight. He's looking to start things off here. He lined out to the second baseman his first time up back in the first. First pitch of the inning for Matt Dennis is a curveball that gets the letters, and on the outside is for a called strike. 0-1 now to Tyler Wolf. Outfield and infield going to play straight away for him, and a 0-0 ball game here in the top of the fourth. Now another curveball. He tries on the outer edge, misses outside this time. It's a 1-1 count now. Dennis winds and delivers the 1-1. Fastball runs inside now. 2-1 now to the leadoff hitting shortstop and Tyler Wolf. Wolf batting second in the order tonight, though. Right-handed Wolf. Waits a 2-1. Line drive down the left field line and just foul, and only by inches. The ball rolls into the corner now and is thrown in by Jack Anderson, but that would have easily been 2 bases for the leadoff hitting Tyler Wolf here.
It's been a game of inches so far for the Miners hitters. That Chris Hall, big fly to right field, just going foul on him. And that one, Wolf just a little out in front and line to foul on that left field line.
Matt Dennis now with a 2-2 count. Here it is. Line drive hit again right at the second baseman, Carson Kreitz. The second time he's lined out to him tonight. Tyler Wolf continuing to smoke the ball, but right at the second baseman, Kreitz, twice in a row now. So now, with one man gone here in the inning, that bats the left fielder, Vance Vizcaino. Vance singled back in the first inning. The ball got past the second baseman, Kreitz, and he would be picked off between first and second. First pitch, a changeup at the knees. 0-1 now to Vance. Vance attending Stetson. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Vance was way out in front of that one. So now 0-2 coming from the righty Matt Dennis. Been very effective to this point, working through 3 1/3 innings, just allowing 2 base hits. Fastball misses away now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's an official scoring change in the between innings here. The base hit that was allowed in the top of the 3rd inning was rolled an error by the catcher Hancock. This one fouled down the left field line, out of play. 1-2 the count now to Vance Vizcaino. But Luke Hamblin reaching on an error, not a base hit as it's rolled here. Here's the 1-2 in Vance. Ground ball on a couple 2 bouncer to the second baseman Kreitz. Moving toward the second base bag. He fields it, throws in time for the out. Vance Vizcaino is retired for the second out of the inning.
The Miners the past 2 days have really been challenging those second basemen. Will Bass having the 4 straight putouts in the Chugiak game yesterday. And so far, Carson Kreitz moving all over the field, having to catch line drives and get to ground balls, but he's handled it very well so far.
That he has. Kreitz holding his own at second base, playing some great defense over there. Here's a pitch. Called strike on the outer edge. No balls and 1 strike to Matt Diorio. Diorio lined out to the second baseman also his last time up. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball, and Matt Diorio behind the count. No balls and 2 strikes.
That looked like the hardest one that Dennis has thrown today. He put a little something extra behind that one, Kyle.
Here's the line in the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Down swinging goes Matt Diorio. Another strikeout thrown from the righty Matt Dennis, number 4 on the evening for him. The Miners are retired in order here in the top of the 4th inning. Move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Brigham Hill's still trying to stay in control of this one. Nothing to score here in Anchorage. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Looking for ways to get closer to the Valley's team? Now you can. Like the Matsu Miners page on Facebook. You can also follow them on Twitter at ABL Miners. Get more connected with your Miners today. It'll be Joe Maroney leading things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Maroney in his first at-bat was hit by a pitch. He was a first base runner of the evening for this Pilots team. So he bats now for the second time, the first official at-bat of the night for him. Chops this one foul back to the screen. 0-1 now from Brigham Hill. Hill having a nice night for himself so far on the mound. The righty from Nacogdoches pitching very well from now 7 innings of shutout ball his last time up. Now continuing that so far tonight. Is this one grounded to the third baseman, a chopper here. Fielding and throwing on the infield grass. Across the infield is Niles Nygaard. 1 man out here in the inning on 2 pitches. Brigham Hill again a scoreless game in his last outing, getting the win in that one. Tonight, facing 11 batters so far, while striking out 2 and walking none. Throwing 28 strikes and 19 balls so far as well, so being very pitch effective. Now fastball at the knees to Jack Anderson. It's 0-1. Anderson struck out swinging, the first strikeout victim by Hill tonight. That was back in the first inning. Here's a chopper to the shortstop. Tyler Wolf moving toward the third base bag. Fields throws in time for the out. Another 2-pitch out for Brigham Hill. 4 pitches, 2 outs for him. And now that'll bring up Alberto Carrillo with 2 men out.
And he's had to face some long at-bats from the Pilots who have come out and given him a bit of trouble in terms of hanging up at the plate for a while. But he has really steadied the ship in those at-bats and has been able to retire just about everyone he's faced so far.
Fastball misses upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes to Carrillo. Carrillo flew out to center field his first time up. That ball was hit well in the right center field gap that the center fielder, Brick Paskowitz, had to flag down. Swing and a miss on a curveball. 1-1. The count even to Carrillo, the cleanup hitter tonight. Alberto from Santa Ana, California. He attends USC. He's a freshman there. Here's the 1-1. Chop back to the mound. It's going to get past Brigham Hill, though. Now moving toward the second base bag and feeling it and throwing in time for the out is Jake Schleppenbach. So everyone in the infield except for the first baseman gets a ground out here in the inning. A 1-2-3 inning turned by Brigham Hill here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We head to the top of the 5th. Still no score. The Miners looking to get a runner on the board in the top of the 5th. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Niles Nygaard set to lead things off here in the top of the 5th inning. No score here in Anchorage. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Matsu Miners. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Glacier Pilots. Line drive into center field. Coming on is Luke Campbell, and he makes the catch in shallow center. 1 man out on 1 pitch from Niles Nygaard. He stung that ball pretty well, but Luke Campbell and a good center fielder are able to track that one down. Now, Tanner Nishioka, who struck out his swing his first time up in the 2nd, will dig in. The Miners' first baseman tonight. First pitch to him is a curveball on the outside edge for a called strike. 0-1 to him. Tanner 3 for 4 last night with 2 triples. Helped the Miners get a 4-0 victory. This time a fastball taken low at the knees. 1-1 the count. Tanner from Pomona pitcher. Here's the 1-1. Curveball missing away now. 2-1 the count. Outfield and infield going to play straight away as moving toward a very cloudy night. Here's a 2-1. Flare down the right field line, giving chase in the corner. Joe Maroney, and it's going foul. The ball carried with the wind. It looked like it might just be a flare that was foul, but that ball carried well toward the Miners' bullpen. But just a long strike off the bat of Tanner. 2-2 the count to him. One man out here in the top of the 5th inning. No score between the Miners and the Pilots. We're in Anchorage, Alaska. Here's a 2-2. Ground ball back up the middle. That'll be into center field for a base hit. Ball skipped off the mound and glanced into center field. And the first hit of the night for Tanner Nishioka, the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Miners. A 1-out base runner now for J.J. Hancock.
That had some weird backspin on it. A ball that slowly got into center field, but it was perfectly placed there by Nishioka. He gets another hit, and he just continues to find ways to reach base here, Kyle.
He's been very good of the last couple nights for sure, and in general, this one grounded the second baseman Kreitz. So flip on to shortstop 1. On to first in time, a 4-6-3 double play make that. And that's how things will end here in the inning in the top of the 5th inning. No score still as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Brigham Hill trying to continue to be in cruise control as he's been all night long. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. For up-to-date scores, schedules, rosters, and much more, visit www.alaskabaseballleague.com. Your home for everything ABL. Brigham Hill ready now to work his 5th inning of work. And he's going to do so to Jack Loboski. Jack grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. That was back in the 2nd inning. I led off that inning with an out. He's going to lead off here in the 5th as well. Jack, the right-handed hitter and the first baseman for this Pilots team. Here's the pitch. Foul back to the screen. 0-1 coming for Brigham Hill. Brigham Hill with 53 pitches now. 33 for strikes, 20 for balls. Also has a couple of strikeouts to go with that as well. Here's the pitch. Foul back to the screen again. 0-2 now. 2 strikes and no walks, or 2 strikeouts and no walks for Brigham Hill so far tonight. Has allowed 2 base runners on an error by the catcher, and also a hit batsman back in the 1st inning. Brigham Hill ready with the 0-2. Here it is. Fastball up and away, misses. 1-2 now to Leposki. Jack attending Duke University. Here's the wind and the 1-2. Curveball moves in and then back over the plate for a called strike 3. A beautiful pitch from Brigham Hill. A lot of movement that started way inside. Leposki was frozen. And he gets strikeout number 3 as the curveball moves right back over the plate for a called strike 3.
We talk about Brigham Hill having that mid-90s fastball that can blow away hitters, and then when he comes back with a slow curveball like that, it's probably a bit of a shock to some of these hitters. It was to Leposki that time. Big strikeout, the 3rd of the game for Hill.
Fastball upstairs misses to Gunnar Troutwine, 1-0 to him. He flew out to right field his last time up on a ball that was a tricky play for Chris Hall that tailed away from him toward the line. Here's the 1-0 now. Here's a bouncing ball to shortstop. Fielding toward the second base back, throwing over to first base in time by about 5 steps. Nice throw by Tyler Wolf. Out number 2. And Brigham Hill making quick work of the Pilots again here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Joe Wainhouse will bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning with 2 men out. Still no score here in Anchorage, trying to change all of that. Hill comes set. He delivers now. Fastball gets the outer edge for a called strike, 0-1. Hill comes set, looks in for the sign. He winds and delivers. Fastball away, misses, 1-1, evens the count now. Joe trying to get aboard with a base hit. Here's a 1-1. Check swing, did he go around? They say no. Does first base umpire James Ainsworth make that? 2-1 the count. Here's the wind and the 2-1 from Brigham Hill. Flare down the left field line, out of play. It'll be a 2-2 count now with 2 men out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Still no score here. Outfield and infield going to play straight away with 2 men out, just trying to play the out and get out of the inning. Brigham Hill trying to get his second consecutive 1-2-3 inning. Hill looking in for the sign. He winds and delivers. Fastball in the dirt, misses. Full count coming to Wainhouse. Joe attending Mississippi. The wind and the payoff pitch. Here it is. Slap foul on the left field line, out of play. The foul ball or home run does damage to your car. Visit the folks, the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're at Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. Brigham Hill comes set and is ready now with the payoff pitch. Here it is. Bouncing ball hit right back to him. He's going to head toward the first base back, flip underhand for the out. Back-to-back, 1-2-3 innings for Brigham Hill. As we head to the 6th inning, still no score between the Miners and the Pilots. You listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Jake Schleppenbach will lead things off here in the top of the 6th inning as the Miners are looking for their 4th hit of the night against Matt Dennis, who continues to work. So far, Dennis has faced 16 batters in 5 innings, striking out 4, not walking a batter, throwing 47 strikes make that, and 22 balls. This pitch in there for a called strike is 48th strike of the night. Pitch number 70 of the night for him as well. 0-1 now to Schleppenbach. Here's the pitch. Fastball missing low, 1-1 to him. Jake flew out to left field his last time up. 0-for-1 on the day, looking for his first base hit of the night. Here's a wind and the 1-1. Slap foul on the left field line, out of play. 1-2 now to him. Now with outdoor seating, you can enjoy a refreshing drink and good friends from outdoors in the Alaska sunshine. Located in downtown Palmer, the Palmer Bar is a great place to grab a bite to eat and take in the sights. Call 907-745-3041 today. At pitch taken outside for a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jake Schleppenbach. The only other score on the Palmer Bar scoreboard tonight, Anchorage Bucks 0, Gold Painters 0 out in Fairbanks. That's in the top of the 1st inning, and this one's grounded back to the mound. Flipping underhand for the out is the pitcher Matt Dennis. One man gone here in the top of the 6th inning. And that'll bring up Chris Hall, the right fielder. Hall singled his last time up. Was left stranded on first base. No scores around Major League Baseball tonight, but the home run derby is final. As Todd Frazier, the hometown guy in Cincinnati, wins the home run derby tonight. Ground ball back up the middle. Fielded and throwing by the shortstop Kyle Watson in time, and the throw pulls him off the bag, but the first base umpire James Ainsworth said he kept his foot on the bag long enough. Score that a 6-3 ground ball out there. 2 men gone here in the top of the 6th inning for Brick Paskowitz.
That was a good play for Kyle Watson. It was a pretty slow ground ball heading towards that second base bag. He really had to turn it over and make a quick throw to first. Able to in time.
Fastball on the outer edge for a called strike. 0-1 now to Brick. Brick struck out swinging in the first, flew out to center in the 3rd inning. Slap down the left field line and just curving foul from Brick Paskowitz. 0-2 now on Brick Paskowitz, the center fielder. 2 men out here in the inning. Outfield and infield will play straight away here for him. Paskowitz, the left-handed hitter, against the righty Dennis. It's allowed 3 hits to this point, but it's not allowed a run. Dennis winds and delivers the 0-2. Fastball upstairs, misses. 1-2 now to Brick. Carson Kreitz, the second baseman, going to move out into short right field now, as is the shortstop Kyle Watson. And to left field, make that. Here's the 1-2 is a ground ball back up the middle, past the dive of Kyle Watson for a base hit. Brick Paskowitz has his first base hit of the night. And it comes with 2 outs here. So now that'll bring up Tyler Wolf, who's had a couple of balls that he blistered, but were hit right at the second baseman Carson Kreitz back in the 1st inning and the 4th inning both.
Brick Paskowitz hanging in there in that at-bat, hit an absolute laser down that left field line that, like many of the balls today, just ends up going barely foul, but sticks in there and ends up getting a base hit back up the middle past the diving Kyle Watson. 4th hit of the game for the Miners.
Curveball from Matt Dennis gets the letters here. 0-1 now to Tyler Wolf. Jack Lebowski going to hold Brick Paskowitz on at first base. Infield normal depth. They're going to try over at first base, and Brick Paskowitz gets his left hand in there in time. Tyler Wolf, the shortstop, awaiting the 0-1 with 2 men gone here in the inning. Paskowitz with the short lead at first. Here's the 0-1. Fastball up and in here, misses. 1-1 the count. Center fielder Hamblin playing slightly toward the left center field gap. The 1-1 pitch now. Throw over to first base, back safely again as Paskowitz. Sky is starting to cloud up again even more now. It's starting to get darker out here. We'll have to see if they'll put the lights on for game number 2 tonight. This one a quick moving game so far, just an hour and 12 minutes into it. And we're in the 6th inning. As the runner goes at first base, it's lined into left field. That's a base hit for Tyler Wolf, his first of the night. Runners on first and second with 2 men out now. Back-to-back base hits for the Miners.
And that is the perfect hit and run there for the Miners as Kyle Watson to go and try and cover the bag. Tyler Wolf hits it right where he would have been at. But nice job there. Good, perfectly executed hit and run. And now Miners get a runner in scoring position for the first time in this game, looking to break through on the scoreboard.
It'll be with Vance Vizcaino, who has singled tonight. 1 of 5 hits for the Miners. 2 of those coming consecutively right before him in the order here. First pitch to him. Fastball on the outside edge of the knees for a called strike. 0-1 to him. Vance's dad, Junior, is a scout for the Kansas City Royals. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Or they say they got the tips off the end of the bat into the mitt. Make that. 0-2 the count now to the left fielder, Vance Vizcaino. Outfield will play straight away. Maroney going to play slightly deep out in right field. Here's the 0-2. Fastball away, misses. 1-2 the count now. Miners trying to give Brigham Hill some run support. A 0-0 game. Short leads for both Paskowitz and Tyler Wolf at first. Wolf not being held on. Here's a pitch. Ground ball down the right side and scooped in foul ground and heading to the back now as Jack Lebowski takes it himself for the out. The runners get back-to-back base hits with 2 outs, but leave them both stranded. So we head to the top of the 7th inning, make that. Or bottom of the 6th inning. So Matsu Miners nothing, and Glacier Pilots nothing. So Matsu Miners baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Brigham Hill heads back out to the rubber in the bottom of the 6th inning. Taking on the Glacier Pilots tonight. It's allowed no runs to this point. Also working on a potential no-hitter, as we'll say it for the first time tonight. We enter the bottom of the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Glacier Pilots. Brigham Hill trying to do what no other Miners pitcher has done this season. That is no-hit the opponent. First pitch is a fastball on the inner edge for a called strike to Kyle Watson. 0-1 now. The wind and the delivery. Line drive into right field, and guess what? There's hit number 1 as soon as I say it. The ball is blistered into the right field corner. That's exactly why we waited till the 6th inning to call it, hoping he might be able to pull it off tonight. But there's hit number 1 from the night for the Pilots. It comes with the leadoff here in the 6th inning. And it comes off the bat of Kyle Watson.
And also a big thing to consider, too, here is getting that leadoff base runner on right now in a scoreless game here in the bottom of the 6th. Pilots, if they're able to get a run in this inning, scratch one across, have a chance to close it out for the victory in the top of the 7th.
So the infield will move to double play depth. Kyle Watson on first to get the first hit of the night. Swing and a miss and a fastball. 0-1 now. Hill trying to keep the game in check right where it's at. A 0-0 ball game still here in the bottom of the 6th. The Miners will have to score a run in the final inning if they don't want to prevent extra innings tonight or risk losing on a walk-off. Squaring around a bunt is Carson Kreitz. He bunts this one down the first base line. Brigham Hill will field this one toward the first base line and fire in time for the out. But on to second base on the successful sacrifice bunt goes Kyle Watson, a runner in scoring position for the Pilots with just one man out here in the inning. Now Luke Hamblin digs in. Hamblin reached on an error the last time up. It's a controversial play at the first base. Originally ruled a single. It would be changed to an error later on as ball thrown down the right field line by the catcher Hancock. That's going to bring out a mound visit to Brigham Hill, making sure he keeps calm in the situation. That one run and a 0-0 ball game is very big right now.
Yeah, both pitchers, Matt Dennis and Brigham Hill, have really had it going in this game, and Dennis's performance really probably overshadowed a bit by Brigham Hill's no-hit bid through the first 5 innings of this one. But when you look at it, both pitchers have been on their game so far. They've been good at battling out of tough counts in which the batters have been able to foul off a lot of pitches. they've also done a pretty good job of getting ahead of batters today. So they've also been able to get their fair share of quick outs. So it's a good mixture for all these for both Matt Dennis today and Brigham Hill.
The pitcher's duel we've had so far, as Brigham Hill heads back to the rubber as the meeting breaks up. One man gone in the inning, a runner on second base. A 0-0 ball game. Brigham Hill step off. No throw over a second, though. Brick Paskowitz playing shallow in center field, also playing toward the left center field gap. Chris Hall needing to cover a lot of ground out in right field right now. Here's a pitch. Fastball misses away. 1-0 now the count. Runner on second base. One man out here in the inning. A 1-0 count coming to Luke Hamblin. About to deliver pitch number 71 of the night. Make that. Stepping off is Brigham Hill. 44 strikes so far. 26 balls for Brigham Hill. Very effective with the pitches so far as he. Line drive down the left field line, but that's going out of play. That'll even account of 1 ball and 1 strike on the leadoff hitting center fielder. Hamblin bats from the left side. Faces the righty Brigham Hill. About ready to throw pitch number 72 of the night. Here's a pitch. Ground ball back up the middle. It's going to be a tough play in center field for Schleppenbach. He dives and saves it, and that easily saves a run. A nice play by Schleppenbach. It'll be an infield base hit for Luke Hamblin, but the ball gets into center field. Around to score comes Kyle Watson. A nice play to save a run from Schleppenbach. Kevin Veer's going to come into pinch hit now, though. Trying to play to run, but with the runners on the corners now, it's a dangerous situation for Brigham Hill to be in, but still a double play in order. Double play could end the inning without allowing a run, but the potential go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 6th inning stands on third base, make that, and Kyle Watson.
Can't underestimate the effort put forth there by Jake Schleppenbach, because you know for sure that Watson was ready to charge around third and come in to score, but that diving play saving a run.
First pitch to Kevin Veers, misses low for a ball, 1-0. Veers a .243 hitter, 7 doubles, 2 triples, 12 knocked in. He's been the power guy for this team so far. That's what he's brought in here to do, to maybe get a sacrifice fly to put the Pilots ahead. Brigham Hill trying to keep the ball on the ground right now. Here's a 1-0. Ground ball hit into right field. That'll be a base hit, and that's going to score a run. In to score comes Kyle Watson. And just like that, the Pilots gain a 1-0 lead as are now in the bottom of the 6th inning. RBI number 13 on the base hit to right off the bat of Kevin Veers. And it's a big point in this ballgame, as the Miners will be coming up to the last at bat potentially as we head to the top of the 7th after this.
Big time hit by Kevin Veers, and didn't really take him long either to come up here. Just the second pitch, got the pitch that he wanted on the inside corner, able to pull it into right field. A big hit there. Just the 3rd hit of the game for the Pilots, all of them in this inning, but 3 hits, played a run.
Has not been Brigham Hill's favorite inning, allowing 3 bases in that run so far to this point. Just 1 man out, but still could eliminate all the damage here with the runner. Still a double play in order here as the infield will play at double play depth. Jack Anderson will be the batter now, 0 for 2 in the night, a strikeout swinging, and also a ground out to the shortstop. Hill will come set. Both runners go. Swing and a miss, the throw down to third base. Out at third base on the throw goes Luke Hamblin. The 2nd time he's been caught stealing tonight. 7th time on the season for him. But on to second base with a successful stolen base goes a pinch runner, J.J. Wagner. Wagner standing on second base, a potential another run for the Pilots here. Brigham Hill trying to get out of the inning, though, with 2 men out and a strike on Jack Anderson. It's a fastball on the outer edge for a called strike. 0-2 now. Miners have to play catch-up in the top of the 7th inning. Out ready now is Brigham Hill. Fastball misses low. Hill comes set now with Jack Anderson. Coming set with it now and delivering. Fly ball hit back into deep center field. Paskowitz going to have it in his tracks. He makes the catch to end the inning, and that's what will do things, but the Pilots score 1 run to take the lead. And they'll head to the top of the 7th inning. It'll be Matt DiOrio, Niles Nygaard, and Tanner Nishioka to try to get a run home and at least extend this game as it's the final inning of this regulation game and a doubleheader tonight. We move to the top of the 7th inning. The Miners will have to try to rally tonight. 1-0 Pilots on your Matsu Miners Radio Network. Matt DiOrio set to lead things off here in the top of the 7th inning, 1-0. The Pilots lead it. First pitch, a swing and a miss. That's a strike to Matt DiOrio. Pitch number 87 coming from the right-hander, and Matt Dennis here, working in the 7th inning here to try to get the win. That's a swing and a miss now on a changeup. 0-2 now to DiOrio. DiOrio looking for his first base hit of the night to start a rally here in the 7th. Here's the 0-2. Fastball misses away. 1-2 the count. The righty Dennis trying to get a complete game here in the shortened 7-inning game. A 1-0 score. There's a lot of 5 hits to this point. Popped up on the infield. To the left side, Kyle Watson going to call this one off at the shortstop. He makes the catch for out number 1 here in the top of the 7th inning. That'll bring up Niles Nygaard here in the top of the 7th. Niles officially 0 for 2 in the day. Strikeout swing and a fly out to center. Nygaard trying to get a rally started with 1 man out in the top of the 7th. Fastball runs inside, nearly clips him. 1-0 now to Niles Nygaard. 1-0 ball game here in the top of the 7th inning. Matt Dennis trying to finish what he started here. Runs a fastball up and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Dennis has been very good tonight. Four strikeouts so far into the inning. This one grounded on a couple bounces to the shortstop, Kyle Watson. He fields, throws across the infield. In time for the out, Niles Nygaard retired. And the Matsu Miners are down to their final out here in Game 1. 1-0, the Pilots lead it. They got their run in the bottom of the 6th inning to go ahead. 3 base hits allowed by Brigham Hill in the inning and not allowed a hit to that point. But now Matt Dennison out away from throwing a complete game. Here's a pitch. Fastball missing away. 1 ball, no strikes to Tanner Nishioka. Tanner singled his last time up, but was out on a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning in the 5th. Here's a wind, the 1-0. Curveball gets the outer edge, had a lot of movement on it. 1-1 the count. Dennis trying to give the Pilots their 4th win of the season against the Miners. Miners have a 5-3 record overall on them currently. The fastball misses upstairs. 2-1 the count. The right-handed hitting Nishioka. Bats with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning and a 2-1 count on them. Swing and a miss, chased a fastball upstairs. That evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The outfield will back up, as will the infield. Everyone playing straight away, though. Matt Dennis trying to deliver the final strike of this ball game to give the Pilots another win. Here's a 2-2. Curveball, got him looking, down looking goes Tanner Nishioka, and the Pilots take game 1 tonight, 1-0. Brigham Hill throws a no-hitter through the first 5 and allows 3 base hits in the bottom of the 6th inning and a run. That was on a base hit by Kevin Veers. That would prove to be the only run of the ball game in game 1. The Miners dropped this one 1-0. And the Pilots now will look to try to sweep this doubleheader tonight and even the season series at 5-4. The Miners, on the other hand, trying to win game number 2 tonight and at least take a split of the season series and win their 6th game against the Pilots this year.
An impressive win here for the Glacier Pilots. It looked like Brigham Hill was in total control of this game, but in the end, it was Matt Dennis who outlasted him today, and Brigham Hill, just those 3 hits ended up costing him. It's a shame, but Matt Dennis was on his game in this one. Pretty hard one to swallow for the Miners, but another game coming up here to try and improve their record here and try and ensure at least a split of the season series at worst. But Pilots got to feel pretty good. Didn't play super well in that game, but did ultimately get the hit they needed from Kevin Veers to win the game in the bottom of the 6th, 1-0.
And Matt Dennis on the other side, pitching very, very well, earning the complete game 7-inning victory in a shortened 7-inning game tonight. Throws 98 pitches, 66 of them for strikes, strikes out 5 batters, does not walk a single batter, allowing 5 hits, facing 24 batters, and getting a victory tonight and helping the Pilots improve now and gain another game on the Miners, get 8 back now, but the Miners again could get that game back tonight if they're able to win tonight in game number 2. But again, the heroes make that. Kevin Veers comes in a pinch hit and drives a base hit into right field to put the only run of the ball game in. And also, you got to give it to Matt Dennis, working 7 innings of shutout baseball and shutting down the Miners. And lost in all of that, Brigham Hill throwing a complete game tonight as well, in 6 innings of work for him. And through 5 innings, had a no-hitter, but unfortunately for him, loses it with 3 base hits in the 6th inning. And then Kevin Veers, a pinch hit base hit to right that would put the Pilots ahead for good and win this one. We're going to go ahead and end the broadcast for this one for now. The Pilots won it 1-0 in game number 1. We'll have in just a few moments, probably about a half hour, 45 minutes. Keep an eye on the Twitter link. I'll have a link out for you for the game number 2. We don't have an official start time yet, but keep an eye out on our YouTube page to let you know exactly what time that time's going to start. Again, the Miners dropped this one 1-0 to the Pilots tonight. We'll have the next game in just a few moments for you in game number 2 tonight. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.